Good morning, Birmingham. It is Dixon of Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. I'm Richard Dixon. She is Valerie Vining. Connie drops a line and says, I came late to the party. Where is Steve this morning? Steve tragically passed away last night.
No, he did not.
Oh,
my gosh.
What? Richard.
Start that rumor.
What?
No, he's fine. He took the day off. He has a day off today.
He's dead to
we'll
me.
leave it at that.
How dare he take a day off? Who does he think he is?
Stop
Leaving us high and dry like this.
that.
Stuck us with Bird.
Stuck us with them. We
People-
need to be thankful that John was willing to get up this early.
People are
and be
loving
here.
John Bird. You look at the text line.
I
The
know.
text line. People
Yeah.
are loving. You're getting more love on the text line
Than we ever
Than we
could
ever get,
imagine.
yeah.
Forget it. It's because we don't have those two words.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to say the two words.
I don't know why. Stupid words. I'm never going to say either of those words again.
I'm sorry, Richard. I've already got you recorded on Friday. You say it many times.
I'm
You
sure.
do too, Valerie.
I'm sure. Anyway, rain this afternoon. We're not sure exactly what time it's going to get here. It's somewhere between 1 and 7, we were told.
Yeah, I know
That's,
that's a big window.
it is a
but
big window.
a lot of it is the development of it because,
Yes.
you know, when we talk about summer storms, there is a system, as you said, that's states away, but that's going to be part of what happens today. But in the afternoon, we get that heat. Yesterday, I mean, it was just all of a sudden,
Oof,
boom.
not for
we
me.
started getting all these storms coming from the north, and the same thing is probably going to happen
I
today.
will say, it was interesting. I was in the kitchen and giant thunderclap. And I was
Yeah.
like, and the dogs all jumped 3 feet off the ground. I looked outside, and it was sunny and bright and wonderful. Pulled up the map. There was clouds probably 5-6 miles away.
Yeah.
And that was an obviously very large thunderclap over that section of town. That if it was as loud as it was where I was, I can imagine how the people there must have felt. Either that or they were blasting for the new Costco. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it was,
Or is that meteor that exploded?
no rain at my house at all yesterday. Not the first
That's amazing.
drop.
Yeah.
I was really depressed because I wanted some. eTech Communications, etech.cc, somewhere between 2 and 200 phones for your business. Get rid of the copper wire. Do voice over internet protocol. Get yourself a virtual assistant. Call forwarding even to your cell phone if that's what you need. These guys are the best. The service is second to none. I mean, you wake up on a Sunday morning, decide you want to go to work, your phone isn't working. You're able to call eTech Communications and say, guys, get this operational, and they do. There's not a lot of phone companies that are willing to work that way, but these guys are top-notch. etech.cc is where you go to find out more. All right, let's do this. I have to tell John, it's the 3 things sounder. Can you play that, please? Thank you.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Iran's chief negotiator warned the United States was not to be trusted, saying Tehran would not agree to any deal with Washington unless it fully secured Iranian rights. Now, this is on the heels of, Friday we were told this negotiation was pretty much done. We were, at some point, potentially hours away from the war actually being over. I said, I'll believe that when I see it. Of course, nothing happened along those lines. We had the president of Iran attempt to resign. Later, we were told, no, he didn't do that. And others are saying, oh, yes, he absolutely did that, and it wasn't accepted. You got 2 arms of the Iranian government here. One is the hardliner religious side, and the other is the actual elected side, okay? So you got politicians and you got terrorists, essentially. And the politicians are saying, we're not allowed to actually negotiate anything because the terrorists keep saying no. They're the ones who want to make the deal. So that's why he was quitting. He was like, never mind. If you're not going to let me do my job, I'm just going to leave. And they were like, oh, no, you won't. You'll stay right there and be useless. That's what you'll do.
Yeah, you'll be useless or you're going to die.
That's right. We'll tell
That's
you.
probably what will happen if this guy resigns.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you're not. And if you do, watch this.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's probably, okay, kidding, just kidding.
Just a joke.
It's just, I'm still here.
Oh, you guys, you crack me up.
We can't, it's very difficult to get, and I know that there's been some news outlets that have reported in a way that's like, no, that's not necessarily, that's fake news. You just got to be kind of careful here and wait and watch because there's even a new deal that has now been sent to Iran.
Yep.
And we're getting mixed messages out of Iran and who's actually doing the negotiating with with the Trump administration on this, with Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio and others behind the scenes that are helping with this. But, hour by hour, day by day, it just keeps changing. And we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. And maybe it's better that it's that way. They're going to figure it out. But once again, Trump, not in a huge hurry. American people, in a hurry. Let's get this done. Let's get the gas prices down, which, by the way, down 24 cents from late last week. So that's a little bit better. That'll ease things.
I was excited to buy gas at $3.80 a gallon yesterday, which is, you shouldn't be excited about that. But I was like, this is better because I had paid as much as $4.15 in the past. But I let my truck get so low on gas, it was literally running on fumes when I pulled into that gas station. Over $90 to fill that thing up. I was like, holy moly.
It's a lot of moolah.
Yeah, boy. Okay. How many more Iranians do we have to kill to get this price down? You kill as many as you need to, Mr. President.
I think there's a lot of Americans, that's where they are right now. They're like, they're over this. But Donald Trump is like, look, this needs to play out in the way that it needs to for it to be right. And at the end, I think people will be happy with the result. But the result is, look, you've got a regime. They want to kill every Jew in Israel, and they hate America. They always will. They won't tell the truth through these negotiations. So that's the part that's difficult for us to understand, is that even if they say, yeah, we're going to do a deal, the deal's not going to hold. That's never held. The deal's never held. No. It never will in our lifetime. It's not going to. So I don't know what you do with that, because you're dealing with a country and a regime. It doesn't matter what deal we make. They don't keep it.
It's true. You have summed it up nicely.
And I know that sounds depressing because you're like, well, what do you do with that? Well, do you eliminate the threat? Do you eliminate Hezbollah? Do you eliminate everyone that's in the regime of that is making these decisions right now? Because there's no truth in it.
No. Getting rid of the regime would be a really great way to make sure that they don't ever have a nuke and let them actually rebuild a country that matters, that is going to be a little more Western in its thinking and educating women and women on the job, and get them back to Iran circa 1975, which was actually a very beautiful place. But we're not in the business of regime change. We've said that multiple times. The people of Iran are begging us, please, come help, get rid of these guys. We need something here. Don't know that they're ever going to get it. Maybe after the midterms. Maybe we go back in and we clean house. I don't know. We'll see. 2 children have died after drowning at Turkey Creek Nature Preserve in Pinson. This is literally a mile from my house. On Saturday, around 4:02 p.m., deputies with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, along with the Palmerdale Fire and Rescue, responded to 3906 Turkey Creek Road on reports of 2 siblings who went underwater in Turkey Creek. Palmerdale Fire Deputy Chief Richard Archer says officials were called to the preserve, a popular swimming spot for families. On the report of the 2 kids that were swept away by the creek, they could not be found. They were eventually. They were ages 7 and 11. And when they arrived on the scene, the 2 children were missing. About
I think it's supposed to be 10 to 12 minutes.
10 to 12 minutes after arrival, the children were found, from what I understand, pulled up by 2 bystanders and a deputy, not far from where they went into the water. But unfortunately, the life-saving measures they attempted did not succeed, and they unfortunately drowned. And Turkey Creek was closed the next day.
One child, there was a 3rd child, and then they were able to grab that child fairly quickly. And there were other people that were there at Turkey Creek who tried to jump in the water and rescue them. If your kids, even if they know how to swim, when you're talking about rushing waters, like I'm sure Turkey Creek, if you look at any of the creeks around town, it's just like with all this rain, that's rushing water.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've got a 7 and 11-year-old, they don't have life jackets on, they don't know how to swim, get them away from that water. Keep them away from it. And even if they are good swimmers and they don't have life jackets, this is what can happen. They go down the river, and no telling how far they would have gone if emergency crews hadn't gotten there as quick as they did and were at least able to get them removed from the water. It's just so tragic and so preventable. Absolutely preventable.
Yeah, Turkey Creek is one of those places where, and I know this from experience, that you can be wading, like literally it'll be just up to your ankles or mid-calf, and then you take a step and boom, you're underwater. It's like that kind of drop-off that happens in some places around there. So they may have thought that they were in a shallow area, and the next thing you know, not so much anymore. Horrible situation. I've never seen an entire nature preserve closed for the day. If you had any idea how many people go and use that area and love that area, spend a great deal of time there. My dogs can't stand it. They don't like it at all. It's weird. I bring them there, and they're like, "Where's the path? Where's the asphalt path, Dad?"
Well, maybe
Where's the park?
maybe they closed the gates to the park because again the current is so
Could be.
high, and we hear about this. You know, the Cahaba River is notorious for young people getting in an inner tube or a raft or a canoe, and they get into trouble. And here they go; they're 5 miles down the river, and they had no intention of being that far, but because the current is so strong, it just sweeps them on down, and it's just so sad. I know they were probably trying to find something fun to do with the kids. It was get out and enjoy nature a little bit. But you got no business with a 7 and 11-year-old if they don't know how to swim, and you don't have the proper, gear on them to be in the water. Even if they had life jackets on and they got swept down the river,
they would have been swept.
That could have been dangerous.
They would have been swept.
Yeah.
No question about it. So Freedom 250, the event that was taking place, I guess, the Great American State Fair, starting June the 25th is when it was going to start. And then it was going to run through July 10th, I believe. All stuff happening around the White House, and there were a whole bunch of acts that were supposed to be lined up to play this thing. And one by one, they have left. They have quit. First, we heard about Martina McBride getting out. Then we heard Milli Vanilli. When you lose Milli Vanilli, you're in pretty bad shape. From what I understand, Millie wanted to do it. Vanilli was out, absolutely. And one after another, the Banana Splits left. They didn't want to do it anymore. Chris Gaines. I don't know if you knew that or not. Chris Gaines is out. Yeah.
Chris is out.
The Oneaters, they were going to play.
I imagine that some of these acts got pressured by the left.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack
And they
Shooters.
just said, okay, we're not going to do this. And I hate that.
And it's funny because they're like, oh, we thought that this was a nonpartisan event. You go, you've played so many partisan events. Martina McBride has showed up at every Democrat fundraiser, and I love her. Don't get me wrong. I adore the woman. I think her music is fantastic. She's one of my favorite female country singers. But don't act like, oh, I only play nonpartisan events. No, you don't. You play all kinds of stuff for Democrats, and you know it. So anyway, here's what's going to happen. Donald Trump is like, well, how about we just turn it into a big MAGA rally and I headline? And everyone's like, yay, this is a great idea.
And he'll probably grab Kid Rock.
Yeah.
And a couple of other acts that he's used in the past.
Is it me
have
or
him a MAGA rally.
Kid Rock getting a little tiresome? I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, a little bit.
What about Ted? What about terrible Ted Nugent? Can we not get him out
Nugent,
there?
Yeah, that might get a little rowdy though.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Are
Let's
you?
have some fun. He's having a UFC match on the lawn.
I know. And that contraption on the
Yes.
lawn is like
Yeah, it's big.
it
Very big.
is.
I love it. No, I think, he's going to actually, they're extending this by a day. He's going to kick the whole thing off with a rally on June the 24th. He says there are still some acts that are going to be playing, and I don't think he named them because he didn't want to.
Yeah, don't name them. Just put them on the stage. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Don't even
Just
name
throw
them.
them out there.
It'll be great.
It's good. It's crazy to
Lee
me.
Greenwood going to be there? I mean, Lee
I hope so.
Greenwood's pretty safe.
Is it not sad that you can't go play for America's 250th birthday because somebody will say, "Oh, you're just a Trump supporter." I'm
an American supporter.
A supporter
How about
of
that?
the USA.
USA.
Yeah,
USA.
exactly.
USA.
How dare you,
Yeah.
sir?
Mm-hmm.
You should be ashamed of yourself. 719 with Dixon and Vining. Work Trucks is downtown at 2324 3rd Avenue South. When you are in need of a top-quality pre-owned work truck, a Work Trucks is all the further you need to look. You can go to worktruckswithannxllc.com. Check out a huge array there. Their trade, finance, get an extended warranty. They do all of those things. And some of the trucks are so new, they still have factory warranty on them. Whether you need a huge diesel or you're looking for something, a small little get-about, pickup truck to get from job site to job site, these guys have got it, and it's going to be at a price you love. They'll outfit it exactly the way you want as well. That is Work Trucks, downtown, 2324 3rd Avenue South, or online, worktruckswithannxllc.com. Paul McCartney's still kicking, man. Still kicking. Just came out with a new album. I think it was released this Thursday. Is that right? Last Thursday or this Thursday? Those who have heard it say pretty remarkable stuff. I'd say you send me into the studio at 80 and I come out with anything, that would be pretty remarkable.
He's amazing. Yep, love his music.
Mm-hmm.
Noble Contractors can help you when you have some gutter issues, and I really recommend that you call Daniel at Noble Contractors. Here's the thing you're really finding out right now with all this rain. Are my gutters working well? Is the water just going over the top of it? Do I have some issues? Maybe there's a tree branch that's pulled down a gutter from the side of your house that you need some repairs. He can handle anything involving gutters, anything and everything. This is all he does. I mean, day in and day out, he is the expert in the field of gutters. So let him help you out. Give him a call today at 205-422-3034. If you need new gutters, he's got the seamless 6-inch gutter installation with the gutter covers for you. And you can find out that you can get gutters from him at a whole lot less price than you can from some of these big national companies. Here's how you can tell. Just ask for a free estimate. See if the national company will give you an estimate, and then do your own comparison, because you'll be like, well, you're right. He can do it for a lot less, and he does a great job, too. Find out more about Noble Contractors by visiting their website, noblecontractorsala.com. He now has financing available as low as 0% for 21 months, and pretty cool, because now some big news for Noble Contractors. They've merged with Lifetime Roofing, so now it's 2 trusted companies, 1 stronger team, and Daniel is the man you want to call anytime you have anything gutter-wise that you need done, especially repairs. He can handle all of that. Gutters, downspouts, gutter covers, the fascia soffit if it needs to be redone. That's not a problem. Call him today, Daniel at Noble Contractors, again at 205-422-3034, or find him online at noblecontractorsala.com.
Let us not forget, in the midst of all of everything that's going on, this is Dixon and Vining, by the way, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Today is also D-Day, possibly. Today might be the day that we get a ruling from the Supreme Court on which map Alabama is going to use.
Could be.
Because Clarence Thomas, who handles anything that comes out of the 11th Circuit, last week when this thing was taken up, we got the 3-judge panel that said, nope, you have to use the map that we drew. We like our map better. Our map is cool. Your map sucks. And they said, look, you have to use this map that we drew. And Steve Marshall says, wait a minute, didn't the Supreme Court just say you can't draw a map based on race? This map that you drew was based entirely on race. It was designed specifically to get a second minority-majority district. And you wanted to make sure that there was black representation, that a black person ended up getting elected out of that. Not supposed to do that. That's what the Supreme Court just ruled. So, of course, he takes it back up to the Supreme Court. Clarence Thomas says to those who want to use the new map, says to those, guys, you're going to have to explain yourselves. Explain why you think that this judge-drawn map is better than the one that you've been using for all this time, because you're going to have to make a case for it, and then we'll make a decision. But I think basically what he's saying is if you don't make a very good case for it, then the new map, the newest of maps, the map that was decided upon, what they call the 2023 map, is the one that's going to be used, not the one that was drawn by the 3-judge panel. So that's what we're waiting on today to see if that happens.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It is.
So it could happen at any point. We'll be all over it today.
Yeah, boy, like a pit bull on a toddler.
Yeah.
Whoa. What?
Oh,
no.
Poor kid.
Somebody texts in who remains nameless, and I would too if I were them, says, we need JB plays guitar this morning. John Bird, did you bring your guitar today?
Probably not.
No.
Okay, thank God.
Maybe another morning that he's filling in.
No, never.
No?
No.
I told him he did something. It was Wicked Games that popped up.
Yes.
I didn't know when he did it.
Yeah.
I sat there and listened to it yesterday, and I was like, "Wow, it was really good."
You put yourself through that punishment.
Well, only like a couple of minutes, like 2 minutes, and then I was like, "Okay, that's
you're like,
enough."
yeah.
Richard, I can play and you can sing.
That's also a no for me.
That's a hard no for Richard.
Yeah, I'm going to pass. Especially at this hour of the morning. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, actually, Wicked Game is one of my all-time favorite songs, and that is
He did a good job with that.
He did a very good version of it.
I actually liked his version better than
Chris Isaac.
Chris Isaac's.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was good.
You're giving him a big head. Stop
Well,
that.
I'm more
it was
handsome than
good.
him,
That.
too.
Buddy says, I don't care for Dale Jackson. John Bell does a great job,
That'd be John Bird.
in my opinion. I don't know if he
Is that what
means
he
John
means?
Bird. I
Or-
don't
No,
know.
John Bell. He is
It
actually
says-
very good.
Yeah, John Bell's good, but he's not a producer.
He
but
says, I love you all too, Buddy says.
Okay.
Thank you. And Scott says, I grew up in Pinson. We used to have a county road that went through a dry creek bed on Turkey Creek, thus the saying, God willing, and the creek don't rise. No, that's not what that saying is, Scott, actually. That is referring, believe it or not, to the Creek Indians. Creek spelled Creequue, Creek Indians. God willing, and the creek don't rise. That's what they were referring to, not the water situation. Which is, I mean, woof, I tell you. The next door neighbor's yard is flooded 3-4 times so far. I mean, in the past week. I don't know what's going to happen over there. I don't know what is going to be coming out of the ground, what we can expect when they could probably grow rice
They probably
if they
need
wanted
a
to.
French drain system or something.
They need something. Every single time it rains, I thank the good Lord for the people who owned this house before me who brought in truckloads of dirt and dumped it on to raise the yard up somewhere between 3 and 5 inches. So all the water runs directly into the neighbor's yard, and they just have a lake over there.
That's exactly what's going on there.
But I have been unable to get my weeds sprayed in my driveway, so I'll get
wait
there.
till about Wednesday or Thursday,
Looks
and
to
then
me
you'll be
like-
able to get it done.
I'll get her done.
Today and tomorrow, maybe
Get
not
her
so much.
done.
Definitely not today. Tomorrow looks a little better.
How about 90 degrees for a high today? You know what's good in 90-degree weather?
Yeah, and air conditioning is what's good.
Ice cream. I was going to say
Yeah.
ice cream. We're talking ice cream next. There's Kelly Clarkson, who is wrapping up her TV show this season. It's going to be over.
That'll be it.
I wonder if it's just because it's exhausting. I mean, it's got to be tiresome, doesn't it? Doing
I would
a show
think
like
so.
That
yeah.
must wear on you, trying to do a 1 hour show in the middle of the day every day. And she usually gets some pretty big name guests on there. I'm impressed. She sort of picked up where Ellen DeGeneres left off, which was good because Ellen needed to leave off.
Ellen
in my
just
opinion.
left.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
gone.
She's not back in the States yet, is she?
She did come back for a minute, from what
Yeah,
I understand.
And then went back.
And then she was chased out with pitchforks and torches. Mr. Bugs, MRBUGGS.com. They know what bugs you. I did get to spend some time outside last evening because I didn't get any rain, which was nice. I was a little concerned. I was like, I'm going to bet mosquitoes everywhere because it has been so rainy lately. Nope, not a single mosquito bite while I was out there. Loved every minute of it. It was great. Did some outdoor cooking. It was yummy. Mr. Bugs takes such good care of me. They do the whole mosquito reduction thing, which they did, but then Dave came by on Friday and sprayed the house. He said there was a little mouse activity, but he's getting that under control for me. It was in the garage. But the rest of the house is, it's insect-free. Hadn't seen anything, run across anything, dealt with anything, which is just lovely. They're so very good at what they do. MRBUGGS.com. Never have I sung the praises of a pest control company like this before because I've never had one this good. Now you can as well. 941-6252, their telephone number, 941-6252, or statewide at 844-MRBUGGS. Mr. Bugs, they know what bugs you. As far as desserts go, few things guarantee to please as much as ice cream. Frozen treat can be adorned with a medley of tasty toppings scooped into a crunchy waffle cone or served alongside a warm slice of pie. Would you like a piece of pie?
Yes.
Tasting Table and Catherine Brooks, always a female, always. It's nothing but chicks working over there at Tasting Table. Has written an article touting the most iconic ice cream flavor in every state. Now, without looking, what would you think Alabama's most iconic flavor would be?
I want to say peach, but that's going to be Georgia.
I would think so, yes.
Yeah.
I actually guessed this one correctly on my first trip. I looked at the headline of the article. I said,
Don't
I
say
know what Alabama
snickerdoodle.
is. Snickerdoodle.
Please no snickerdoodle.
John, you want to take a stab at this? The most iconic ice cream flavor in the state of Alabama, what would you guess it would be?
That would be Rocky Road.
Incorrect. So sorry. Thanks for playing. You get the home version of this game, which is where Valerie and I show up and just annoy you.
Uh-huh.
It's great.
That's what we do.
Mm-hmm. In Alabama, the most iconic flavor is butter pecan.
Not for me.
It works for me. We have a big pecan crop here.
Mm-hmm.
We are kind of a pecan state. And you don't care for butter pecan?
I can't tell you that. I don't know that I've ever had
Oh,
it.
I love it. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
I
Yep.
don't.
Not a fan, Johnny?
Chocolate. It's
No.
got to be something chocolate.
Got to be something chocolate. Okay. Well, let's check out some of these other states and see if any of them work. Alaska, akutak.
What?
I don't know.
Are you speaking a different language?
I have no idea. It was once made with animal fat, seal oil, fish, and berries and served as a nutritious snack that natives could take with them during hunting expeditions. Today, the traditional recipe has been adapted into something broader, a sweet berry-loaded ice cream. Okay. Arizona's, this is terrible, Cookie Monster.
What?
It's that blue,
Arizona
nasty.
right now is like, no, no.
Oh, and Arkansas is ticked off, too, because they're like purple vanilla. No.
Purple vanilla?
No.
What is that?
Purple Cow restaurant chain. Purple vanilla ice cream has long ago been a hit amongst diners.
And
I guess maybe
California doesn't deserve this one.
California doesn't deserve Rocky Road?
No.
Why not?
Somebody else. California
Who do you think should
sucks.
have it?
I don't know.
Wow.
Give it to Nebraska.
I like.
South Dakota, North Dakota.
I think they're right about Colorado. They got green tea.
Yeah, you can
Green
have
tea
that.
flavored ice cream. Yeah, you
Actually,
losers.
that should have gone to Colorado. I mean,
with
to
Colorado.
California.
I think,
Give that to California.
The thing in Colorado, they're so high, they don't know what they're eating anyway. It's just
They don't care.
It's just ice cream. It's good.
It's green tea
good
ice cream.
stuff.
Tastes so good.
Connecticut gets Mystic Mud, whatever that is.
Like,
Apparently, it's from Mystic, Connecticut. Delaware's cherry, of course.
Cherry ice cream.
Yeah. Florida gets the orange swirl.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Georgia's peach, of course.
Yeah.
Hawaii, ube.
It's purple
Mm-hmm.
ice cream.
A nutrient-rich variety of purple yam. I ran across the ube Hawaiian dinner rolls
Yeah.
the other day.
Is it good?
I know, I left them on the shelf. I wasn't
Oh.
going to eat that crap. Are you kidding? Like, rolls are not supposed to be purple. No.
No.
This
it'd
is
be fun.
wrong.
It'd be fun for the kids,
No.
though. If
I
you
don't
had
have
some
any kids.
I know,
No,
but
I don't.
hey, kids, we're having purple rolls.
Idaho got huckleberry. I'm your huckleberry. Illinois gets blue moon. Ugh.
Doesn't look very tasty.
Indiana gets moose tracks. I want
Okay.
moose tracks. You don't deserve moose tracks.
Mm-mm.
Iowa gets bunny tracks because they're blue bunny. It's out of Iowa.
Yeah, I get that.
Kansas gets purple pride. Kentucky bourbon vanilla.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. Louisiana gets chef's perfect chocolate. No. Shouldn't there be like a bread pudding flavor or something? Bananas Foster?
At Louisiana,
Something like
yes.
that for Louisiana?
Yeah, no
Something
doubt
like
about
that.
it.
Shrimp po' boy. Something like that.
Ew.
Maine gets blueberry. Maryland mud. Massachusetts gets coffee. That's about right. Michigan gets Superman ice cream. I would rebel if I were you.
That is some colorful ice cream there.
Minnesota gets cookies and cream.
Nah,
Why do they get cookies and cream?
that's a good
I
question.
understand Mississippi getting Mississippi mud, Missouri getting cookie dough, Montana salted caramel. Nebraska gets butter brickle, which is basically butter pecan.
Without
but,
the pecans
yeah,
in it.
it's a toffee like butter brickle pieces, which
I have had that, and it's pretty good.
I ate a lot of that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It was my sister's favorite ice cream. So whenever we got to pick ice cream and it was her turn, we ended up with that. Nevada Rocky Road. Wait a minute. Didn't we already have Rocky Road in California?
Was it California? I'll go look. You keep going.
Yeah. I want some answers here. You
I
can't
don't
have two that have Rocky Road, can you?
I don't know.
Huh.
Doesn't seem fair.
It doesn't. Why in the world would you?
You may be
It
remembering.
was Rocky Road. California was Rocky Road.
Mhm.
Rocky Road's my favorite.
Why the heck they give it to a second state? You
I
can't
don't-
do that.
They're running out of flavors.
I guess so.
New Hampshire gets pumpkin. New Jersey pistachio, which is crap. New Mexico green chili. Ugh. New York
New York City.
soft swerve ube and coconut.
Oh, of course. That's perfect for them.
North Carolina gets peppermint. North Dakota mango. People in North Dakota are not eating
Mango
mango
should
ice
be
cream.
like in Florida.
The 7 people who live in North Dakota are not eating mango ice cream. I'm telling you right
no,
now.
they're not. They don't care for it.
When they get the web and they finally see this article in a couple of years, they're going to be very upset.
They will be when they get the web.
Ohio says Neapolitan, which is okay. Oklahoma's black walnut. Tillamook Marionberry pie. Marionberry pie from Oregon.
Now, how come they got a brand?
That's a good question.
Why don't you just call it Marion Berry Pie?
Oregon's Tillamook Creamery, because that's where they're from. That explains.
But that's just, that's not fair. No one else got a brand.
Yeah. I don't. The rest of these are all garbage.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go through them. They're just awful.
Key lime? Off tracks key lime? No.
Texas gets Bluebell's homemade vanilla.
Hey,
Yawn.
South Dakota got a good one.
Yeah.
Bailey's.
That's true. Bailey's ice cream. Bailey's. That's like
And here's
Bailey's
Bluebell.
Irish cream.
Homemade vanilla for Texas.
Yeah, because it's
It's made in Texas.
Yeah, it is. Yet at the same time, homemade vanilla Texas is like, so we're boring. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes,
We're
you're
just
very
dull.
vanilla.
We're just bland.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for nothing. Vermont maple cream, pretty much expected. Virginia gets chocolate. Washington, dairy godmother chocolate custard. Got to be a local thing. West Virginia gets orange sherbet.
Yeah, they deserve that.
Ugh.
Awful.
Ugh. That was my other sister. When it was her turn to pick, she would always get, I'll get orange sherbet. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
and I won't be eating any of that
It's
for the next.
sherbet. It's not
Ugh,
ice cream.
No.
It's something different.
Wisconsin gets strawberry. Shouldn't they be getting like something with cheese in it?
Yes. They don't have cheese ice cream.
And Wyoming just gets regular vanilla.
Bland.
What about cream cheese? What about cheesecake? Cheesecake flavored. Yeah,
that
Wisconsin
would be
should have
good.
cheesecake. I'm better at making this list than this chick is.
What's her name?
Margaret, what's her name?
Yeah, Margaret's
Margaret,
not
what's
very
her
good
face?
at this.
No, clearly not. I would do a better job of picking every one of these ice cream flavors. I'm going to go work for Tasting Table. I'm going to show up. They're going to go like, sorry, women only. We don't hire guys.
Margaret.
Is there any chance you're trans?
Maybe.
What's the paycheck?
Oh, really?
How much is
you
the
can be
paycheck?
bought, huh?
Yikes. Speaking of rolls,
Yes.
because I was cooking for company again over the weekend a little bit, I picked up some of those Texas Roadhouse mini dinner rolls
They're
with
pretty
the
good, aren't they?
cinnamon butter over the top. Oh, my. Yeah, these things are trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I ate 2 of them with dinner, and then I ate 2 of them for breakfast the next morning, and then I looked at the calorie count, and I went, and we're done with those.
It was the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve a little something
Well,
special.
calories don't count on the weekend,
No,
from what I understand.
is that it?
Yeah.
Kind of. It never rains at the beach.
It's funny because they're like inspired by Texas Roadhouse rolls. And I'm like, you're right. They're not Texas Roadhouse rolls. They've got the same cinnamon thing, but they're not as doughy.
Yeah.
They're not as rich and chewy and Texas Roadhousey. But they do have that glaze over the top that is
Oh, so good.
to die for.
Woo.
Truly wonderful. And then they're also miniature, and they were not cheap, as I recall. Not cheap at all. 7:45 with Dixon and Vining. Talk 99.5, talk995.com. More of your texts coming up next. Stick around. This just in. The Archies have dropped out of the Freedom 250 presentation.
I want want some people to step up, stand up, step
Seriously,
up.
yeah.
It is a celebration of our country.
Come on.
250 years. Let's just, at some point, I mean, if you can't come together on this particular event, I mean, how bad is Trump derangement syndrome? I mean,
Bad.
seriously,
Very, very bad.
it's sad.
Jay Texan says, tell Steve to enjoy his day off. You should literally stop what you're doing right now, call him up right now to tell him that. Also, thanks, JB, for filling in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Get Steve on the line so we can tell
No,
him.
he's busy this morning. You
Okay.
don't want to call him.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Don't call Steve.
I don't want to be called on my day off either, just
That's
for future
right.
reference. If anybody
You
goes
finally
like,
get a day you don't want to be bothered by all of us.
yeah. At this moment, I would
Whatever you do,
probably
don't
still be
call him.
asleep with any luck.
Right. That'd be nice.
Let's see. I'm sure John Bird is enjoying a fresh breath of intelligence with you guys this morning. He's never enjoyed it before. I don't know why he would enjoy it now.
I always enjoy hanging out with you guys, and you know it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't suck up to us, John. It's okay. We got your
I
number.
enjoy it.
Butter pecan is delicious.
I know. He's
Says
wanting
Dean.
something. He's wanting something out of the Cumulus Cafe. What do you need, John?
Is that-
Can I get you a breakfast snack in there? What do you need?
He wants one of those Celsius beverages.
No, well, maybe
need a
maybe
Celsius?
one of those sausage wrap things.
He wants a sausage wrap.
look,
Okay.
you forget the drink. He wants something to eat.
Mhm.
He wants I'll get you a sausage wrap.
Noel says, try putting Snickers butterscotch drizzle on your butter pecan ice cream. It will change your life.
Oh, sure will. I'll just get all fat.
That's right.
That's how I'm going to change.
It'll change your life in
Fatter.
that you'll have to use one of those little scooters at the grocery store.
Oh, I refuse.
Won't be able to walk any
No.
longer.
I don't care if I have a broken leg. I'm not getting on one of those.
You're always in the way. Have you noticed
They
that?
are.
I'm just like,
There was
listen.
a lady in the store the other day, and I always stop because I feel bad because they need something that's up on the top shelf and they can't. I'm like, can I help you? Oh, do you work here? No, I'm just observing, and
I'm a helpful
you're
person.
in the way.
I was
Can I help you?
I was in line at the grocery store a couple of years ago when somebody in one of those little carts, drove up the and then when the total came, she stood up,
Got her.
reached into her purse for a checkbook. I was like three people back. I'm like, hallelujah, it's a miracle.
She's standing.
It's so unbelievable. She can walk. She'd been able to walk the whole time. What was that all about? Why are we?
I don't know. You never know what's going on with somebody. It could be heart issues. Maybe
Well-
there's, I don't know what.
Being down in Orlando for a little while, they do a lot of theme park coverage there. It's shocking how much of the news of that area is about theme parks. And they had one story that was about this group of people that went to Universal Studios, and they all got little scooters. And none of them were infirm. A guy said, well, I just don't want to wear myself out because I want to be able to party tonight. I want to still have some
Come on.
energy tonight. I mean, they
Seriously?
paid to rent these little scooter things and ride them around the park. And this guy, they had a picture of him. He was 400 pounds if he was 10.
He needed to be walking.
Yeah, he really needed the walk, no question
Yeah.
about it. And I'm
Maybe
thinking,
less partying.
how many of your
More
how many
walking.
of the rides wouldn't even accommodate you, dude? You couldn't
Probably
even
a
get on
lot.
there. Yeah. You get on. It's a small world, and it just bottoms out.
And the ride
It
is
goes
closed for
nowhere.
the day.
That's right. Sorry.
And the kids are over there crying with their ice cream.
I thought for sure Hawaii, says Sean A., would have Spam ice cream. They love it that much.
Do they?
Yeah, they love their Spam. New Jersey should be Spumoni, says Sam, if you say so. Nick says, why did you skip over Utah? Because it's boring.
They're too busy skiing.
Utah's favorite ice cream flavor is Jell-O.
Yeah.
And McGee points out that any ice cream representing California should be made of fruits, nuts, and weird alternate sweeteners.
I agree with that.
I like that.
I do too.
Good plan. Used to fake limp into Walmart so we could get a rascal. Jeez, Sam.
Really? Sam?
What are you doing? Just lean on the cart.
I've seen that before.
Oh, I do it.
I'm like,
I do it all the time. I'm that guy. Don't mind telling you.
they need one of the. They need to come up with a new cart that you can lean on and that will also fit a kid. You know what I mean? It needs to be taller.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be like right where your hands are, somehow taller.
Taller.
So you can kind of lean on it.
Uh-huh.
Walk and lean.
Gotcha. Now she's redesigning grocery carts.
Sure, why not? I'm right here. Anything I can do to help.
CBS. Now, this is funny because there's this battle that has been going on X And I've been watching it ever since, of course, the 21st, when Stephen Colbert's show was canceled. He had his last show in, and immediately people were like, I hope everyone's boycotting CBS Paramount. And I'm like, the guy had, at his best, he had 2.3 million viewers. He really hovered more around the 1.7 million mark. But after they said he was being canceled, a crowd began to gather, so we got up to like 2.3 million. And then, of course, the final show was like 6.7 million. And so you had people that were comparing that to the first show of what replaced him, which, of course, was Comics Unleashed, Byron Allen's Comics Unleashed. And they're like, oh, they dropped from 6.7 million viewers to 900,000. I mean, this was just a massive drop-off. I can't believe this. No. They dropped from supposedly 2.3 million, really more 1.7 million, down to about 900,000, or slightly more than half of the viewers that they had had. But that's not the important number. That's not the important number. The important number is they went from losing $40 million a year with Stephen Colbert to making $15 million in profit with Byron Allen's Comics Unleashed.
Now, there's where your numbers are. That's the numbers.
We just saw this morning that there's a movie that cost $10 million to make. It's called Back Rooms, I think, and it was the number one movie over the weekend.
Exploding over the weekend.
$81 million over the weekend. Biggest opening for a young filmmaker. This guy's 20 years old. Okay.
And
but think about that.
He only spent 10.
Right.
He's already $70 million profit.
$70 million. I never heard a word about this, so they couldn't have been doing too much promotion. Maybe a little trailer or something that was going out, but people really wanted to see it, obviously. $10 million film, $70 million profit. You know how hard you have to work if you make a $150 million film? You have got to promote the hell out of it, so there's another $20 million. Now you got $170 million invested in this thing. And then, if you're going to get $70 million more dollars out of it, you have to make $240 million at the box office and hope you didn't just make John Carter. Pray that you didn't just turn out, The Lone Ranger or some huge festering turd like that for that amount of money, which is amazing how often they do. I was just reading about a couple of different stories that Sylvester Stallone had been looking at, that he was reading up on, that he, had a number of scripts that were tossed at him. And I was like, well, this actually sounds like an interesting, I wonder why they never made this movie. This sounds really good. Well, they decided to turn out something that was much, much worse. He picked a script that was terrible, and they made that into a movie, and you ended up with Rhinestone, something like that. You're just like, wow. The decision-making process about what's going to get turned into a movie and what's not is frightening. There's a guy whose entire job, they call him readers. His entire job, he takes every script that's been sent to him, and the first thing you do is you read the slug line on the front. Slug line on the front of Speed said, "Die Hard on a Bus," okay? I was like,
that was pretty good.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Let's look at that, okay? But if he doesn't like the slug line, it goes right into a box. Not one word of the script is read. It goes directly into a box. And then, he runs across something that he likes and he begins to pour over it. That's just the beginning process of getting it to the next person who looks at it and says, no, you're wrong. This is a terrible script. I don't like this, and we're never going to make this, and it goes in the garbage. Or he says, wow, this is a really great script. I mean, the number of steps that it takes to turn out a Hollywood film is baffling, unless you're like this kid, 20 years old, YouTuber, raises the money himself, makes this movie for $10 million, finds a distributor who then distributes it for him, and he gets $80 million in his opening weekend. By the way, The Mandalorian and Grogu, 70% drop from week to week.
I believe it.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Now, that's a huge, expensive movie. Debbie kind of liked it. She said, it was sweet, it was nice. She was like kind of comparing it to other Star Wars movies. She said she didn't like any of the other Star Wars movies, or the last two have been terrible or whatever. I get that. But yeah, if you're grading on a curve like that, golly Moses. Congratulations to CBS. They made the right move here.
Absolutely, they did.
They made the right move because they're managing to hold on to a lot of money, making money now, going from losing money to making money, dumping a guy who was really controversial and stupid and painful, And they're putting entertainment back into late night, which is a nice change of pace. I don't think I've ever seen Comics Unleashed, but I'll have to watch it at some point. I understand it's like a round table.
Maybe we should.
Of some kind of
Let's
thing.
support it.
When I'm
Comics Unleashed.
You know what? Thursday night, I don't have to wake up Friday morning. If I can keep my
there
eyes
you
open
go.
long enough, I'll watch
Yeah,
it.
right.
I'll just stick around till 10:30 and
Mm-hmm.
turn it on and see what it's all about. Then there's a game that comes immediately after it called Funny You Should Ask, which is basically Hollywood Squares with a bunch of has-been comics that you know and love.
That might be fun too.
It is. I watch that show all the time. It's
Do you?
actually they give away almost no money. It's hilarious.
That works well.